Shalom, Shalom Israel, Shalom everybody that's watching. I'm just going to do a short video on the whole thing of hair, or as the Congolese parents will call it, Suki Mulai. So, because even I've had the issue of growing my hair and having long hair. My dad and mom would always been like, "Oh, you should okata Suki one, okata Suki." And I'll be like, nah, I don't want to cut it. I like my hair long, I like it long, innit? So I'm just going to talk about scripture and how, where we have various people from the Bible that had long hair. So as you can see here, you have black men with long hair, big beards. And I know that obviously in Congolese culture, it's being seen as a negative thing. If we even go to see the thing of a clean shaven beard, we see the thing that this is the better looking thing. This is what we're told. So Congolese parents they'll say, "Oh, okata suki," like short. If we see short hair, black men, black Congolese parents will say, "Okata suki na okata bien," because obviously they've been taught that this is what looks good. So I'm just gonna go into the Bible and show you where long hair is actually not an issue, and we've just been indoctrinated by the white man, the so-called white man, to follow their ways. Before I start that, I just want to say this verse is important right now in today's day and age. Jeremiah 23 and verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. So we've got a lot of pastors, but pastor, they're saying, they're just preaching prosperity and not telling, the Congolese people, the Congolese Bantus, Mangala, Baluba, the Bantu tribes of the Congo, that they are the children that the Bible speaks about, the children of Israel. So this, just to wake up, and come out of these Christian churches, because there's Christian churches, as it says here, woe unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. But anyway, first, let's just go into Numbers chapter 6. Numbers chapter 6, right? 6 verse 2. And this is just the Nazarite vow. It says, speak unto the children of Israel, say unto them, when either man or woman shall separate themselves to a vow of a Nazarite, to separate themselves unto the Lord. Yeah? That's just what a Nazarite vow is. And then if we jump down to verse 5, it says, all the days of the vow of his separation there shall be no razor come upon his head until the days be fulfilled in which he separateth himself unto the Lord. He shall be holy and shall let the locks of his hair of his head grow. So now let's go back. If we just go back here, locks. So these are locks. If you look, these are locks. So this is again back in Numbers 6 and 5. It says here, shall let the locks of his hair, of the hair of his head grow. And these are the locks, right? And the beard, we'll get into the beard, but just focus on the locks right now. So cool, we see that it says, shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. So now if we just go to Acts, let's go to Acts, and we speak about where it speaks of Paul, because obviously, like Chrétien, you're not reading the Bible properly, innit? And we'll see here where, because a lot of the Congolese parents say, oh, Bokata Suki. You see here, even in the New Testament, for the Christians, it says this. It says here, so Acts 18 and 18, and Paul, after this, tarried there yet a good while, and then took his leave of the brethren, and sailed thence into Syria, and with him Priscilla and Aquila, having shorn his head in Cenchreae, for he had a vow. So even Paul Paul in the New Testament had a vow. He had the same Nazarite vow that we read in Numbers 6 and 5. So if I just jump to Numbers 6 and 5, so we can just jump it between quickly, and I'll just show you guys where, about Paria Boyoka go bien, yeah. Because it's been all about Bana Bakata Suki in it, yeah. So look again. It says, shall let the locks of his hair grow. So he says, let your hair grow. And in the New Testament, Paul had his hair long, So that just covers the New Testament. If we also go into, let's go into Leviticus 21 and 5. We'll go to Leviticus 21 and 5. Because there's plenty of verses where it's showing that long hair and not cutting your hair and not cutting your beard is important, So look, it says here, Leviticus 21 and 5, they shall not make baldness upon their head. So that's saying you shouldn't get rid of the hair that you have on your head. Because again, the Congolese parents, they will say, oh, boka tasuki, it's a salite, da 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 da, and they want you to be like this. They want you to be like the so-called white man. Let's show you the so-called white man. They want you to be like this. They tell you, okay, yeah, be clean shaven. You shouldn't have a beard. You should look like this. You should follow the oppressor's way. No, that's false. Let's look at what the Bible says, because it says we shouldn't lean to our own understanding. What does the Bible say? It says, they shall not make baldness upon their head. So we shouldn't take the hair off our head. We shouldn't make ourselves bald. Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, not make any cuttings in their flesh. So this is just talking, the cuttings in their flesh is just talking about tattoos, I believe. But here it says neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard. So again, even the beard, because naibi bakongoli bapaya bakongoli bolo baka, oh, kata beard izala bien. No, it says here, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard. 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Because this is an important one, isn't it? Because people don't really study. They just say, okay, yeah, Nazarite Christian. But even the Christian doctrine that you follow is going to lead you to Sheol, is going to lead you to hell. So it says this, study to show thyself approved unto God. Yeah? So study. Because you don't like reading. Read that Bible. It will educate you. A workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So that's why you study, to be able to rightly divide the word of truth, rightly dividing the word of truth, whatever. So, as we now know, Paul himself, he kept the Nazarite vow. If we just go back to that verse, it says here, for he had a vow, and that was a Nazarite vow, as per Numbers 6 and 5. I'm gonna go over it one more time. And I got plenty of verses to support what I'm saying. So it says this. We'll click it for you so you can see it. So it says, and shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. The locks. You see here, locks. Cool. And the beard. Remember, it says in Leviticus 21 and 5. It says we should keep the beard. Keep the beard. You don't cut that beard. Because even that beard signifies you being manly. It signifies you being manly. Look again. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corners of their beard. So as you see here, the beard. Because biloko initi ya salite. But again, it says here, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard. Okay. If we go to Jeremiah 2 and 33, because I know that people have, they've had to say, oh, let's cut the hair so we can get this job, let's cut the beard so we can, join and be accepted into this and to look like this man, to look like the white man, because we don't want to envy our oppressor, and that's Proverbs 3 and 31. Don't follow the oppressor and envy none of his ways. But again, let's read it. Jeremiah 2 and 3 says this: why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? So why do you get rid of thou, the ways that you have to seek love. Therefore, thou hast also taught the wicked ones thy ways. So why are we getting rid of this? Why are we getting rid of what the Most High has given us? The beauty that the Most High has given us, the beard that the Most High has given us, the long hair that we're taught to keep and to not cut off. So we can be like the oppressor. This is not the oppressor, but it's quite funny. But if you look, this is the oppressor. We don't want to be like the oppressor. We want to be set apart. You know, because even it says this. If we go Deuteronomy, let's go to Deuteronomy 7:6, and then because we need to establish that we are. Look at this. This is gonna just cut it out for you. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Yeah, the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people. Look at that word, special people, unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Not just above all people. You know, not the people that are in Israel now. They're not. Are they above us? No. It says above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And if you read Revelations 2:9, you'll see who those people are. But maybe one day we'll get into that one. So again, the Most High is supposed to be set apart. Because white people can't look like us. They try to look like us. Even with the women, they start getting surgery, etc., just to look like our women. Again, if you read it here, we're chosen to be a special people unto Himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. But let's go forward. Let's not spend too much time in this section. We go to 2 Samuel 10, 2 Samuel 10 and 4. 10 and 4, some more precepts. It says this. So look, if we go into this, it says here, where Hanan took David's servants and shaved off one half of their beards and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away. Right? So he shaved off their beard. Why would he do that? And if we go into verse 5, it says, when they told it unto David, he sent to meet them because the men were greatly ashamed. Why were they ashamed though? Why were they ashamed? And the king said, tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, then return, because it was a shame. It's removing the manliness that we have been granted by the Most High. They were ashamed. They were greatly ashamed to have their beards cut off. So again, even if we go to, let's go look at Leviticus again. We go back to Leviticus. We'll read 13 and 40. Leviticus 30, 40. Let's read Leviticus 13 and 40. It says this. And this will just talk about how, about having a bald head, for example. It says this, yeah? It says, and the man whose hair is fallen off his head, he is bald, yet he is clean. Right? And we continue. And he that have hair fallen off from the part of his head toward his face, he is forehead bald, yet he is clean. Like my dad, for example. He doesn't have hair in the middle, and he's forehead bald, but he still has hair growing, So yet he is clean, for example. And if we go to, let's go, just a precept for this one. If we go to Leviticus 18 and 3, because, we don't want to copy the oppressor, as I've mentioned, and we don't want to. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but the other nations, how they are, it says this. It says, after the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. So it's always all about kolanda bangote. You know what I'm saying? Your parents will tell you, oh, kolanda bangote zalayomoko. And this is us. This is our people. This is what we are known to be. Yeah, and I'll give you precepts. And even if you look, let's look at the Egyptians. Let's look at the Egyptians. Let's read this. It says Psalms 133 verse 2. It is precious. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard. So again, Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garment. So Aaron's beard was a long beard. So here we go. So again, let's go back to Psalms 133 and 2. It says, "It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garment." So Aaron's beard went all the way down to the bottom of his garment. But yet your Congolese parents will tell you, "Kata look one is that salite?" It's not salite. That's your tradition. That's what you're supposed to do. If you read that Bible, you understand. Then here we go. What does it say about the beard? Grow a beard is the law, right? According to the Zondervan Bible, and this is written by the white man. Yeah, it says this. It says this. A beard, a badge of manly dignity, as a sign of mourning. It was accustomed to pluck it or cut it off. The Israelites were forbidden. The Israelites, so us, bana ya Bantu, you know, Baluba, Bangala. I don't know which other tribes that are Bantu in the Congolese region, but you know, the Israelites were forbidden to shave off their beards, probably because it was regarded as a heathenish sign. And again, it gives Leviticus 19, Leviticus 21 verse 5. We could even go to Leviticus 19, but anyway, we'll go to that. If you read Psalms again, Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garment, it was a long beard. Let's see what Leviticus 19 says. We'll read Leviticus 19 because that verse literally said it. Leviticus 19 and 27. 19 and 27 says this. Yeah, again, look. Ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard, excuse me. So you shouldn't even be getting rid of your beard, you know. Don't be getting rid of your beard because again, what is it seen as? It's seen as a badge of manly dignity. It even says it here, ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard. Again, Leviticus 21 verse 5, thou shalt not make baldness upon thy head, neither shalt thou shave off the corner of thy beard, nor make any cuts in thy flesh. But yeah, we can keep going. We go to Songs of Solomon as well. If you read Songs of Solomon 5 and 5, chapter 5, where it's talking about hair. Again, 5 and 2. My locks with the drops of the night. For my head is filled with dew, and my locks with the drops of the night. So again, mention of locks, long hair. What's locks again? We go back here, locks. Again, let's go down. We get his head is as the most fine gold. So he's saying that his head is as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy and black as the raven. Look at these, see? Beautiful black locks, beautiful long hair. But my parents will say, "Kata suki wana." Fungala Bible wana. You know, open that Bible and you read it, you know. And even just to go on my closing point, if we read what it says, because remember I told you Paul had a Nazarite vow. If you go into 13 and 9, Judges 13 and 9, it says this. It literally talks about, because obviously not everybody's going to take a Nazarite vow, but it's just to mention that Paul had one. It says this, 13 and 9. Salakia, this might be the wrong verse. It says this, sorry, Salakia. If I go to 13 verse 4, it says, now beware. If we go to 13 verse 5, it says this, for lo thou shalt conceive and bear a son, no razor shall come on his head. So like if we read here, Judges 13 verse 5, it says, for lo thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and shall no razor come on his head. Yeah, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, you know, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. So this is talking about Samson. Yeah, no razor shall come upon his head, because he had locks, you know. Hair is a mighty thing, as it says here. It says, you know, the beard, for example, a badge of manly dignity. So the next time your parents are telling you cut your hair, remember, tell them to open the Bible and